But yeah, so. Right back! It's way more easy, cost effective, time effective. But I mean, you did, but it's okay. We thank God it's not spicy. Ooh, sorry. Imagine if it had tea tree in it. Try.
Nice.
What's up, y'all? So today I'm going to be showing you how you can install a lace closure wig like a sew-in using no glue, no gel, and minimal customization. Before the wig application, we decided to do a trim to lay a good foundation for when she takes down this style, because you never want to put a long-term style in and then come out of that style with tangled hair because you had a lot of split ends that needed to be trimmed away.
Sure, not easily.
I think because it just
has single strand, not specifically.
It has more turns. It has a higher potential to have raised cuticles, which raised cuticles, when they rub against each other, they just knot. And it's usually high porosity hair.
I have high porosity?
That's suspicious.
I thought I had low porosity. I literally think I have low. You know why? Because whenever I wash my hair, it takes a while for my hair to get the water in there. Mm-hmm. And then even when I'm moisturizing it, it takes, I have to really rub it in there hard for it to finally hit. So much think I have high porosity.
Because it absorbs products very easily.
What?
Yeah, your hair is giving high porosity.
Could I have?
Honestly, your hair is even giving medium porosity, to be honest.
Can you have different porosity throughout the hair?
Yeah, you can. Like the back of the very bottom of my hair is lower porosity. But it's still very much so high, because when I flat iron it, 2 minutes later, that thing is poofing up.
Yeah, that's why I be bothering to be like, the blow dry. Whenever I blow dry my hair, I'm like, I have to immediately style it. Yeah. I always thought high porosity was mainly those who use heat and have colored hair.
Yeah, it increases their porosity.
Okay.
That's why your hair will probably be really easy to color, because number one, it's fine. It's high porosity.
We never find out.
Yeah.
The closest I ever did to my hair with coloring is back in like high school. I think I'll put in highlights. I thought I was doing something.
You did it yourself?
Yes. I had the whole cap on, like pulled my hair through. Girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. I said, yeah, girl, I know how to color hair.
Oh my God. I'm not even trying to be funny, but because there's a gap here, I'm going to probably cornrow these and then connect it down here. The way you're looking.
Because I have my daddy's edge up. You want to?
Oh, that's how your dad's hair
we have the W or the M you want to call it. Oh no, you're a soft braider. Okay.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, you're with nails. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I have to learn.
We thank God. If it was a heavy braider, this would be over.
Yeah.
It'd be done. I said, sister, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry yourself. Pick someone else.
These are the edges.
Oh my gosh, I think it is. Well, it's not a sewn. A sewn on wig. And you might not even have to actually sew it on my head, huh?
No, it depends. Yeah, it depends on, because you don't like sleeping in here.
I don't.
Pretty much, if you want the style to last long, then you shouldn't sew it down. But if you don't mind redoing the style, just
ooh. I'm just messing with it.
So you can totally have no leave out, but if you want the most realistic hairline, then I suggest you leaving a very small amount out in the front.
Quality. Is that quality net?
You can also wear it like a 1/4 inch behind your hairline and tease the base of the closure in the front. So now you can put it on.
Okay.
You want to start in the back part. You know how to put on the wig.
Let it fit, Lord. Oh yes. Oh, where you get this cap from? You might have to let me know the link, please.
Fine. Hey, it looks crazy in the middle.
Lots of hair.
So
length.
Whenever it's
length.
So I know it looks a bit wild right now, but you'll see throughout this video how we tame it to make it look more realistic. So first, I am going to wipe off the excess powder makeup. We used her powder foundation underneath the wig so that it can cover some of the knots, because the knots are not bleached. Whenever you're doing this method, it's not required to bleach the knots. I make a couple of stitches on the actual closure so that I can secure it to the anchor braids. I'm gonna do this in the front of the closure, and I believe one more time in the back, and then along her perimeter to make sure that the wig is secure. I will even stitch some areas in the center of her head so that it doesn't shift.
You sewing on the braid here. Oh, got you. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's what you choosing. It's like the perfect fit.
Yeah, didn't we get your measurements?
Yes.
Let them know.
You need to
we do custom wigs around here.
Dang, that's so dope.
Custom wigs.
It doesn't feel too tight or anything.
Listen.
You don't got a dome.
And honestly, I don't like dome caps anymore.
That's that freshly washed hair smell too.
Not you smelling the hair.
Something's wrong. Shaka Khan. First I was a fool, I was mesmerized. That's not the worst. Thinking how I summed up and think on my side. I went up a shaking team, sing it up and da and I'm a shamba. And I hold on and sing alone, and now I'm back. Are you done?
How you done?
I'm gonna be that patient mom.
Yes.
Like, are you finished crying? Okay, then let me explain to you why I beat y'all. No.
As I mentioned earlier, I like to secure the wig down by stitching the perimeter. With this, I like to pull some hair to the front because you don't want to push the wig back in order to stitch along the actual edge of the wig. So I make sure that the wig is sitting in a good position on her head, and wherever it sits is where I separate the hairs so that I can stitch through. Ideally, I would get a dark brown thread so that when it's time to take off, it's easy to see when it's time to remove it. Here you see me removing some density from the lace closure. I've already done this before, but now that it's on her head, I decided to take off a little bit more density. If it looks too full, it's gonna reduce how realistic it looks. So that's why I'm plucking out some hairs so that it can lay much flatter. And because this is kinky curly hair, as it expands, it's naturally gonna get bigger and bigger. So you wanna have a less density in the closure area so that it looks more realistic. For a more seamless look, after you've applied another layer of powder on top of the closure to again hide the knots, you want to use an eyebrow pencil or a root cover spray to connect your hairline with the wig. Unfortunately, I did not capture this footage, but hopefully I can in a future video. Now, I love working with type 4 hair extensions because it matches type 4 hair so closely. However, it behaves very similarly. So when it comes to trying to make the curls last as long as possible, ideally you want to actually kind of straighten it, lightly straighten it. This won't damage the curls. It will just allow the hair to last longer. And if you don't mind, but if you prefer more volume and you don't mind it expanding fairly quickly, then you don't have to straighten. You can totally skip that step and just blow dry the hair, follow it with hairspray. And when you're curling the hair, you definitely don't want to use too much hair on the iron at once. So I usually curl the hair in layers, 2 tracks at a time. Anything more than that, your curls just won't last, or you'll have to have the iron on the hair too long, and that might cause damage to the hair because it's in contact with the iron so long. This is the step where you decide how fluffy you want it to be right away. I prefer mine to look as fluffy as possible, or you can stretch it out a little bit. That way it takes a little bit of time to expand over time. And keep in mind, you want to do each individual curl. You don't want to brush out the curls as a whole or rake your fingers through, because actions like that will cause it to look frizzy, unless that's the style you're going for. But we're not going for that. We want a more defined look. Even when you separate, you want to be careful because you don't want to create too much frizz. And once you've pulled and slightly combed all of these out, you want to finish with extra strong hold hairspray. Please be sure to check out Grace at Nappy Foo on her YouTube channel. This girl is so full of energy, and I've never seen somebody so excited to get a wig installed. It makes me happy, and I love it.
You better watch out. Hey, excuse me. Excuse me, my towel back.
No, we actually don't need the towel anymore.
Okay,
Let me make sure it's recording, because I need to make sure I get to response.
Hey! Wow!
It will look more seamless, and the line is not so like harsh. Yeah, there we go.
Hey! I mean, we don't pay. Transform by act like you know. Transform by act like you know. Hey!
You know?
That is the Ha ha! Sometimes I just think to myself, why did God make such a fine day like this? Streets are calling. Hey, the streets are.
I'm gonna be putting this on.
Look how it bounces. Do you see how it bounces?
Let me know what you would like to see next in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you here again. Bye.